Hey guys, what's up? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listens. If you're new here, then first off, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. I usually say this at the end of the video, but, just in case you don't make it that far, just, do me a favor, cut my wrist, hit subscribe. But you haven't done anything. I don't even know what Emo Cat Dad Listens is. Well, let me tell you. Every day of 2024, I've vowed to check out a new band or artist. I check out 4 songs from across their discography, give you my initial thoughts on those songs, give you my ranking of the songs, and then, of course, give you my overall thoughts on the band or artist based on what I just heard. As you can see right there, today's artist is People Are Ugly. Now, this was a band that I had absolutely no familiarity with, but when I looked them up on Spotify, because the regular viewers know I've been going hard on bands playing 4-Chord Fest in Pittsburgh, because I'm heading there next month, so I want to check out all the bands I haven't checked out yet. People Are Ugly are one of those. I noticed they had quite a lot of streams, and it turns out they've been kind of popular in certain circles. I wouldn't say they've gone crazy viral yet, but they've certainly had enough attention, given that they haven't even released a full-length album yet. They released one EP, which was basically a collection of singles that they had released over the previous year, and they've rolled out a bunch of singles since that EP as well. So, don't really know what I'm getting into. Maybe it's pop punk, maybe it's emo, maybe it's pop rock, maybe it's all the above. We're going to find out together. So without any further ado, let's check out People Are Ugly. Alright, so it looks like this is definitely a newer band. The first song on Spotify that they released was back in 2021 called Regrets. So, what better place to start than at the beginning? I'm alone at a party, it's Friday night. Okay, so I kind of get like an early 5 Seconds of Summer vibe from this band. Lyrically, this definitely harkens back to like the early 2000s sound. But musically, we're basically staying in the 2010s. This could have been on 5 Seconds of Summer's first album, the one with She Looks So Perfect. I think it was self-titled. And I wouldn't have batted an eye, honestly. Okay, next up was that collection of singles that they put into an EP. The most streamed of those is the track called I Love Myself.
Price designer shoes. You never told me you want me to grow up slow.
Okay, so this is basically an evolution on the previous track. I do think they do everything better. The production's a little better. The vocals really sound great. I really dig the way that all the different vocal styles come together, as several members of this band sing, perhaps even all of them. And it was really cool, the melding that happened. Alright, next up is their most popular track, Brain Dead, which was released last year.
Disappeared and I miss her. Fell in love with a princess, Carrie Fisher.
This is like trap? Pop punk? Pop rock? I don't even know what to call this. They definitely switched up the lyrics on this one. Obviously, I had been saying that it leans kind of early 2000s territory, and I guess that's still true. But this is like jokey Blink-182 style lyrics, but it's full of pop culture references. So I don't know how well that's going to age, 10 years from now. Overall, the music I dug, especially the guitar parts. I will say the bass heavy tones that they used kind of bugged me. Alright, and just last month the band released their newest single, Dumb. So let's give that a listen. So now they're a doo-wop band? Okay, so that was really just in the intro where they went heavy on it. The doo-wop thread does kind of stay throughout, but they really do get back to that 5 Seconds of Summer sounding vibe. And honestly, I dig it. I think 5 Seconds of Summer has gone away from the guitar music for the most part, even though I still love some of the new stuff. 5 Seconds of Summer fans, don't come at me. But I'm glad to know there's bands like People Are Ugly hanging around carrying the torch for that type of music. This track has way too long of an outro, so that's no bueno. Alright, so those were the songs I checked out. Let's go ahead and rank them. Starting at number 1. I Love Myself. It's important. Self-love is important, guys. This is just kind of the overall best package of a song that I heard amongst these 4. Didn't have a negative thing to say about it, so I think that alone gets it the number 1 spot. At 2, I'm going to put Regrets. Obviously, I listened to the song first. And then when I Love Myself came on, I said, oh, this is like a good evolution of that track. So, considering I basically called this I Love Myself Light, it makes sense that it slots in just behind it in the ranking. At 3, we're going Dumb. I think if that long outro wasn't there, this could have probably been number 1. It would have been tight, but I could have made the argument because the doo-wop thread throughout was very, very cool, and I enjoyed hearing it. But considering all these songs were like super short, and then this was 3:25, which isn't too long generally, I was like, oh, okay, maybe we're going to get some cool stuff, maybe like a cool bridge. No, just long outro. Don't need it. This Emo Cat Dad does not like long outros, intros, or musical breaks. People Are Ugly, you didn't have it at all until this track. And at 4, Brain Dead. This is the only track that had any element that bugged me, so not terribly surprising it ends up in the last spot. The trap pop punk was a cool idea, and I think mostly it worked, but that bass was just too heavy for me. Alright, so that was my ranking of the songs. Let's get into what I think about People Are Ugly overall. I think I've said it enough. They seem to be picking up where 5 Seconds of Summer left off in the genre. And I'm really, really, really looking forward to seeing them live, see what kind of energy they bring to the live show. Is it going to be jokey Blink-182 style, like I listen to Mark, Tom, and Travis show all the time? Some of the jokes don't age well, but it takes me back to a special time, and I'm hoping that People Are Ugly can do that for me. If not with their stage banter, then definitely with the music. As it does throw back to the many different styles of pop punk that I grew up on, whether it was, the early 2000s Life is a Nightmare stuff, the 2010s anthemic stuff, led by bands like 5 Seconds Summer and State Champs, or just the cool, like, let's throw a bunch of sounds together and see what happens that we tend to get nowadays in the new wave of pop punk artists. Alright guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad. I appreciate you making it to the very end of this video. Please get in those comments now. Give me suggestions of bands or artists I absolutely need to check out. I still got a bunch more of these, and I'm running out of 4-chord bands, so I need your help. So whether they're pop punk bands, emo bands, metalcore bands, pop stars, hip-hop stars, please give me some music to check out. I will be forever grateful to you. And while you're down there, give me your thoughts on People Are Ugly. Are you familiar with the band? You follow them on Instagram, and that's how you came across them, just seeing random reels. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? What's your favorite track? I want to hear it all, guys. So please get in the comments and leave me that. But most importantly, like I said at the beginning, I need you to cut my wrists and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Emo Cat Dad signing off. Until tomorrow, I want to hear you sad.